What's poppin', what's good, what's poppin', man? It's your girl, Truth. And welcome back to another video, man. For more videos like this, y'all already know what I'm about to tell you, man. Drop them comments, hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe. All right, I appreciate y'all tuning in with me today. So we got an interview that we about to look at with my boy Armon, our Swiggity. Talk of the town, got a little up close and personal about, where he at right now between going solo and, being all in love with our girl Reginae and his music and everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it and see where my boy is at. All right, so without further ado, man, let's get it. Let's go.
What they gonna do with me now? I'm finna talk to the...
I wasn't ready for that part. Oh, okay. She lit, she in the back like chips. Ain't no thing, and she can get whatever she like, I'm tip.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Brianna Imani, and you're tuned in to another Talk of the Town interview. And today we have a very special guest. Let them know who we got in the building.
Yes, Armon checking in, Armon checking in. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you for being here. So, welcome back to New York. How's your time here been so far?
It was beautiful. Just had a couple meetings. Just work. It was a work trip, so just got a couple things knocked out.
I saw you went to the house party premiere. How was that?
Oh, it was lit. It was fun. It was turned up. It was actually crazy for real. So
the movie was crazy?
Yeah.
What was it given? Like, did you see the original?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it given like original remake, or was it given like straight from?
One thing that I liked about it that stood out to me that that I think was real authentic is that they didn't, go too much into the movie, the actual house party, but that they kind of made it to where it was like, its own movie. It had their own little cast. They brought in a bunch of
cameos.
Yeah, and it was different and it was funny.
See, I like that because I feel like right now there's a lot of like remakes to like old shows and movies, and sometimes we want to see original stuff. So if it's a remake, I like it to be a remake, but as long as it gives a little twist to something that we haven't seen before, so that's good to know. So we're gonna do something that we like to do with our guests. It's gonna be a rapid fire game. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, and you have to answer with whatever comes to your mind first. Okay?
All right, cool.
All right.
Let's do it.
Favorite word to use?
Yo.
Hey, yo.
See?
Wait, this is the first question. Oh, that's your word, yo?
Yeah, that's my word.
That's a word.
Something you hate seeing on social media?
Negative stuff.
Okay. Dream vacation destination?
Great question. Dubai.
Okay. Favorite YouTuber that's not yourself or Trey?
Why'd you say
Reginae Carter.
Told you.
Oh, okay.
She should have excluded her too.
A trend that you wish didn't exist?
Being overly tough gangster, just doing too much. Yeah, just
like that.
Doing too much of that. Yeah.
Okay. Something that you like about New York?
Everything, how it's authentic.
Okay, yes, we are very authentic people.
An
artist that you listen to that people wouldn't expect?
Great question. Hailey.
Hailey?
Yeah.
Who's that? Put me on.
Yeah, she. I think she's from London.
Okay,
yeah,
so you tapped into the UK scene.
Yeah.
R&B?
Yeah, R&B.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the R&B. Okay. Dark or light liquor?
Don't drink at all.
You don't drink?
At all.
Armon, we know you don't drink, but to say you don't drink at all, that's a little stretch, ain't it, friend? You had a sip of something. Was it for the New Year's Eve party when you was with Reginae? Like you had it hit your lip, and if it hit your lip, baby, you had a sip. Just saying.
Oh, that's tea. That's interesting.
At all.
Like never drank, or you don't
never
drink?
Never in life.
Sir.
Really?
No kizzy.
Stop the cap.
Okay, so we also going to talk about that. Okay, one sentence for your younger self.
Stay focused.
If you had to switch places with a movie character for a day, who would it be?
Come on, man, Denzel. I say I am the young Denzel.
Listen,
Washington.
I said a movie character, not an actor. So it can be one of Denzel's roles.
Oh,
which
okay.
one?
What's his name on Training Day?
Okay.
What's his name? Lonzo. Look, you know,
Shout out to you, Lonzo. Okay. A food that you tried that you would never try again.
Oh man. A lot. Shit.
Are you picky? You picky
I'm
eater?
picky, yeah.
Okay, one thing.
Probably pig feet.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to pick a theme song for this year, what would it be?
For 2023?
For 2023, yeah.
My new single, Hold It Down.
Okay, that's nice. See, I feel like for your life right now, it's giving Love Like This by Faith Evans, for real, because you really in your lover boy
So
bag.
He is.
You really in your lover boy bag.
Okay.
But okay, that's nice. Best social media platform.
Great question. I'm gonna go with
New or old?
shit. Man, that's a great question. I gotta say YouTube. It just made me it did a lot for me. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We know. Okay, and your vision for 2023 in one word.
I'm gonna say greatness.
Aggressive.
Okay, you applying that pressure this
Yeah.
year.
Mm.
Heard you. All right, so let's get right into it. So for the people that don't know, let them know where you from.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, you're from Detroit. You're currently in Atlanta, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what point did you make that move from Detroit to Atlanta?
I actually went from Detroit to LA, and then from LA to Houston,
Oh.
then from Houston to Atlanta.
Oh, so you was all around.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. Nah, I'm bullshit.
Hold on, so catch me up. So at what point did you leave Detroit?
Like when I was about 18.
Okay. Now, are you still tapped in with like what's going on over
Yeah,
there?
of course.
You listen to Detroit artists at
Yeah,
all?
of course.
Okay, because we just had one here not too long ago. White Rose Moxie. I don't know if you're familiar. He was here before. Who are you listening to from Detroit?
I listened to the homie Vezo. Shout out Vezo. I listened to him. I listened to Babyface Ray.
Okay.
You know,
You like him?
yeah, I like the whole Detroit scene.
Okay,
I like
cool,
it,
cool,
yeah.
cool. All right, so you say you left Detroit and then you went to LA.
Yep. Yes,
How
ma'am.
long were you in LA?
I was in LA for like 7-8 months. You know what I mean?
Okay, that wasn't long. So what made you leave and go to Houston?
Okay, so you want to know?
I do.
Because then this is
What's
where
the
why I feel like y'all got to know me. You know what I'm saying? So I went to LA, and that's when I was doing strictly music. I wasn't even doing YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Queen and they came down to LA and was like the YouTube, boom, boom, and just prior to that, maybe about 5 months before that, we was like all living in the same house. Like we was, you know what I'm saying, struggling, eating off $10, and they came down there with like $30,000. Like, yo, look, like we like, yo. So at that point, we was kind of like, nah, we don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? We sticking with the music, but, as we got to, just looking at it, we like, yo, this is a way that we can, promote ourselves, let the people know us a little bit more, let the world get to know our personalities, different things like that. So that's when we moved to Houston.
Okay. And I know Houston is like real big for like YouTubers. There are a lot of YouTubers that are based in Houston.
Now.
Well, probably not at the time.
Yeah, 2017, it wasn't nobody.
But y'all were trendsetters,
Yeah.
like for a lot of things. So I guess that also was before its time. So was that around the time that like the So Far Gone challenge was happening and y'all was doing?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. That was So Far. That was actually like a year after.
You
can say it was a year before.
A year before.
Yeah, but you can say So Far. I feel like that a lot of our things went viral, but the So Far Gone is I don't know. I think that was I don't know.
I only say that because that was one of your first YouTube videos. So I'm not saying I'm not saying that's like what put y'all on, because we know y'all was Vine. But
I'm trying to think, was that one, because that did do great for us. So I'm just trying to think, like, because after that is like, I'm feeling like, I was
doing a lot of your mashups, and then y'all started making your original songs after that. But that was like one of the first things that y'all posted on your YouTube.
You're right.
So
that's crazy. She did some digging for that.
You know how we do it too.
Throwback.
All right, so like I said, y'all had Vine in the chokehold. We all know your little mashups that y'all was putting together. Y'all was doing the thing. So walk me through that. Like, how did y'all Take Two decide to start doing those mashups and putting those together?
We just was, figuring out ways to, promote ourselves. We was doing it to get to a point where we can release original music and just get that that, just that viewership. But, we honestly, my brother Trey was like, let's do this, let's do this song. Like, and then I think we should kind of like do it on this beat, so that's the Kiss It Better mashup. And I was like, okay, cool. So if we do it on the beat, then, you might as well do different songs. You get what I'm saying? And kind of like mash it up. So that's where we got the mashup.
And that was fire because I hadn't really heard of mashups like that. There's a New York artist and his name is Dion Young. And he had a song called Just Another Love Song. And he put together like a few different like R&B songs. And that was like the first taste that I had of like a mashup. But y'all like was really like doing it consistently. Different songs put it together. The creativity was really through the roof with that one. So I gotta give you your big one because y'all did that. So
thank you.
How did that come about though? Because I read that y'all started off like singing in church. So how did you evolve to becoming more of like a secular artist and making more like R&B music from singing in church?
I never really made church music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just felt like church was where, the seed was kind of planted to where, they'd be like, yo, come up here and sing. Like, and you'd be like, yo,
let them use you. You got the
exactly,
voice.
like, that's exactly what they used to say. So, I just feel like that's where the seed was at. But, always R&B is what we love. We used to sing R&B. So that's just where our music taste was at.
Okay, so of course I'm asking you that because that's where you started. That's where your roots were from. But now we have you here as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Shout out to you for, doing your thing. 2 songs chart.
I love seeing him and Trey together. Love seeing him and Trey together. Fucking phenomenal, talented. But. I'm so glad they kind of venture not doing their own thing because it really gives Armon a chance to really just show up and show his true God-given talent. And this boy, baby, he is always gonna have a bag. Cause not only do he sing, he write his own stuff. Like he can write for anybody at this point. Like the boy is always gonna have a bag, regardless of what it is he stopped doing or start doing. And I just love to see that he can showcase his talent. Not to say that Trey's not talented, but in my personal opinion, y'all may disagree down in the comments, but in my personal opinion, I feel like it was really hard to really hear and see the talent that Armon had because Trey's vocals were just so strong. And then as time progressed, you were able to see that, Armon, he does write, he does rap and sing, but him being solo right now, baby, that's the best move. That's the best move that him and his brother can make, and I'm here for it.
Pardon, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we're gonna get into that in a little bit, but like when you reflect on like where you've come from those Vine days and even like the church days, what are your like first thoughts when you think about that?
Man, right now I haven't really I'm so focused, but now that I'm kind of thinking now is it went from that in the room, trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Mom was like, yo, it's about time y'all to get some jobs. You know what I'm saying? The videos ain't bringing in the money, but, of course our mom always just kept with us and let us do that. But just thinking is I wouldn't have thought, I always knew, but, doing this so long is you could, it get blurry sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I was in one of them blurry spaces, so it was, I feel blessed to be here, and, music is moving.
So were there times, though, throughout your career that you felt, discouraged or you didn't know, what the future was going to hold for you?
Yeah.
And how did you get over those feelings?
Man, yeah, I felt discouraged, of course. I felt and I can really say that because I was one of the people that was I've been through a lot, but I always told myself I always felt like I couldn't feel that way because I'm how if I didn't got through so much? But it's when I really take a step back and think, it's yeah, I had that moment, and it was, it was last year, in the, probably it was last year, the beginning of last year, I was just feeling Like, I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, because I can't really describe, you know, because I knew I wasn't that type of person, but I don't know, I was in the bed, you know, like, my people would text me, like, the studio, I wouldn't want to go to the studio, like, and I was never that person, though, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like it was like slipping into like a depression type of thing? Was it just like, no, I'm being so serious. I think mental health is so important. And sometimes we don't know like what those warning signs mean. Like to you, it may be like, I'm just in the bed and I don't feel like going out. But there may be like a bigger reason to why you feel like you're in the bed and you don't feel like going out.
Yeah, I chuckle because like I just, you know, as me just growing as a man, you know, I used to tell myself just stuff that I felt like just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I just, like, when you said the depression thing, I honestly felt like, I always was like, you know, I done been through so much and where I'm at, I'm like, yo, I don't, you know, I had a million things to be depressed about. I'm like, I don't feel like I can get depressed. Like, I would really tell myself that, you know, and that'll, like, help me out, but I don't know, man. Like,
you know what, that is you gaslighting yourself into thinking that it's not depression and also leading to suppressing it. And but I am glad to see you on this side where you're able to identify and reflect on that and you're in a much better place. I'm assuming.
It was just more so like, say if me and you was talking about depression and it's like I'm kind of like trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? And then after I'm thinking to myself like, you know what? You know, how can you feel depressed like you would? You know, it's just, that's how I would think until I went through it. And it's like, it don't matter what you got or what's going on. Like, it's mentally, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, I wasn't there. But I never felt that way until, you know, I went through it.
Okay, until you
went through it. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm happy to see you on the other side.
Yeah, feeling good. Sure.
Very glad to hear that. So let's hop into these new singles that you just dropped.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we got An Hour Past Midnight. We got Hold It Down, both charting, doing big things. Armon, what was the inspiration behind An Hour Past Midnight? What, like, the title? Where did the title come from?
That's crazy because,
That's
crazy because I always, like, I want to make my titles, like, of my songs something, you know, like, I do, but that actually came from, I woke up, like, in the middle of the night, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is no cliche shit, like, excuse me, like, I woke up in the middle of the night, and, you know, my man had sent me the beat, he was, you know, gave me a little reference, but I just felt like, I'm like, yo, I need to write this song. I got another one of my songs that kind of happened like that, but it wasn't An Hour Past Midnight. This song came An Hour Past Midnight, and like it happened so, you know, I was writing it, you know, like so easily. So I just named it Hour Past Midnight because that was a moment.
Okay, because I was thinking to myself, like, I was listening to the song and waiting for you to say Hour Past Midnight. Right. And once you didn't, I said, okay, what's the significance of An Hour Past Midnight versus 1 a.m.?
Yeah.
And I wanted to hear it from you to know what the significance of it was, but it sounds like it was a moment in time. That you just
exactly. It was definitely a moment in time. And I just felt like that was, you know, I kind of woke up. And it's been doing really well. Yes, ma'am.
I wish it was a little longer, not gonna lie, because it really gives that R&B feel. And the same for Hold It Down. Like, you be teasing us. The snippet, it gives snippet. It gives Vine.
He be killing me with these damn snippets. Like, I do wish his songs were a little bit longer, but it's like he's feeding you just enough to keep you at bay. But sir, that's all I like to say. But sir, like, he got a track that I heard on Instagram. Oh, and I can't remember the damn name of it. But bruh, that song, that little snippet he had, bro, I was listening to that snippet over and over and over and over and over again. Like, I could vibe out to that song in the car, because it just, him and his brother truly embody R&B, like, but him right now, him and his brother on two different aspects of R&B. Like, his brother is on the other, you know, like, baby, I'm not in love right now, like, and I'm gonna put my heart out there, which is great, because we all have been there. But Armon, he's so passionate and so in love and so happy and at peace, and it shows through his music. It shows through his emotion, and as I tell you all the time, I am here for it.
Real short, but I think that's also the time that we're in right now. Like, songs are generally a lot shorter than what we're used to them being. I'm
gonna make them longer.
Okay.
I'm gonna make them longer for y'all. I just, I feel like, I don't know. I get in what I gotta say, get up out of there. I know it's about like, I know you can say some more, like, so I'm gonna say some more.
I mean, and you give the people to look for, give the people something to look forward to. So I guess it works in that regard too.
Yeah, of course.
So now, Hold It Down. I know that you had your muse, you had your inspiration behind that song. Talk to us a little bit about your creative process through writing that song and coming up with the visuals too, because those were fire.
So writing the song, like I told everybody, it was like I had a couple beats, but I didn't really have the beat that I was like, that's gonna be my single. So my producer like hit me up and was like, "Yo, bro, I got the beat." So I answered the phone. I'm like, "Yo,
the producer really be coming through with the beats." Shout out to your producer.
D2, shout out D2, man. He came through like he said, "Yo, like," he like, "Bro, I got the beat." I'm like, "What you mean the beat?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "What?" He like, "No, I got the beat, bro. Like, it's the single, bro. Like, I know it's the single. I got the beat." So I'm like, bet. He played it. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, send it to me. Like, the reason why I like music so much, because once I love the music, once I like the music, the production of it, then the words just flow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like everything I wanted to say, I said it. Don't hold you down, just, my play away. That's like my piece on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So now the visuals.
Right.
Of course, we know our girl, Miss Carter, Reginae, was in the video. That was real nice. Y'all was really giving, like, relationship bag. I loved it. How did you come up with the visuals?
Just really diving into me and her. You know what I'm saying? Our relationship, just different scenes of me and her just doing us. And then just showing that other side, the luxury side for the music video, but also just capturing the moments that I feel like people don't see a lot, because we kind of limit what we show on the YouTube. I kind of want the video just to be organic, just show a lot of love, like we do. So we were just being ourselves in the video, and I kind of told the director, like, I don't want to make it super productioned out, but just more of a feeling,
It definitely did give organic and original and true to, like,
I appreciate that.
who I would want you to be outside of, like, the YouTube thing. Like, that's, if I was a fly on the wall, that's what it gave. Okay, so, and we're going to hop into y'all, but let me ask you, too, because there are 2 songs that you've been teasing the hell out of on the socials. When are we getting the new songs, Armon? What's going on?
Please.
Man, I don't know what's going on. It's like I'm
not knowing.
Yeah, it's like I'm on my wave right now, and I feel like I want to get y'all that, but it's like my people is telling me no, and I'm like, yeah, and they like no. And they like go with this song, and now let me stop playing. They like, I ain't gonna play. Let me stop.
I hope that y'all heard my teeth when I sucked them, because I knew that was a bunch of BS.
We did. We heard the. Cause baby, I knew he was lying out his ass. Okay, what you teasing us for? You've been teasing us for the damn longest, sir. So I want to hear this explanation.
I knew it.
No, I'm
what's
playing
going
around.
on? I caught you. Wish you well. Like,
that's what it was. Wish you well.
So many snippets before we ready.
So which one do you feel like should come next?
I'm gonna say I caught you.
Okay.
I feel like I like the 2 songs that you've put out already, but I also feel like Wish You Well kind of feeds into that same realm. I Caught You gives me a little vibe.
Okay.
It gives me like a little up vibe. I really, I like both.
So, okay.
But that's the one that I would say.
Okay, I like that. So, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give y'all maybe one more. Yo, what's up?
One more. Armon, you teasing. And now it's going to be everybody going to know, so when the album dropping. That's going to be that.
No, don't.
Like, you're dropping one more, you're giving us one more to choose from.
To choose from.
No.
Oh, my God. Sir, why? Like, why? Like I wish you well. That's that. Like I caught you. I caught you go hard. But that's the song I was telling you I heard on Instagram. Like I wish you well. Like I don't know. Y'all tell me y'all favorite. Like I caught you. But I'm leaning more towards I wish you well. Now you want to drop another one in the ranks? Killing me, boy.
All right.
Do not do that. See, now you playing around, because then we're gonna be waiting more money.
Okay, yeah. So no, we gonna see about I caught you. It is trending on TikTok. The people is wanting it. So
people putting together their little snippets and edits and
right.
couple
videos.
It's
okay. So we'll see about it. We'll see about it.
Still no answer, but okay.
We'll see about it.
Okay, so how do you feel about like remixes? Do you think that you would do like an hour past midnight remix, or I caught you remix, but you well remix whenever we get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would?
I got somebody.
Oh, that's tea.
I got somebody.
See, I wasn't expecting you to say you already had somebody, but now I want to know, like, what artist would you want to be featured on a remix?
He ain't gonna tell us.
All right, how about this? Give me 5. You could throw the person that you're thinking of in there, but you don't got to say which one it is. 5 artists that you would want to put on a remix.
I won't give you 5. You can give me 5 and I'll see if the name
Don't please.
I'm just gonna do that. I can't give it to you now.
All right, so then, but you don't have to tell me if you're giving it to me. Like just who's artist that you would like to work with?
I would like to work with everyone.
His answer pissing me off.
My laptop.
Right.
No, man, I feel like, man, me just as an artist, and this just being my craft, I feel like, everyone I feel like I can get in there and, I feel like everybody is,
I get what he's saying.
That was such a PC answer.
It was.
Okay, so you want me to pinpoint it down?
Yes.
Please.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I work with,
So who?
Like she said, you giving all these politically correct answers. Like, just, why? Why? Like, it's like you don't want to step on nobody's toes. I don't know. But I agree. I agree with the interviewer. Like, I'm just saying. I agree with Brianna Iman. If that's how you say her name, I can't remember.
Who are you listening to right now?
Okay, that's a different question.
Duh, because clearly you ain't answering.
Love Bianca. I'm listening to Highly. I'm listening to
You say you was tapped in. Oh, sorry. I feel like I just.
Oh no, you okay?
You was tapped into the UK R&B. You listen to Mahalia.
I heard.
I really, really like her.
I heard. Yes, I heard.
You listen to Flo?
I heard of the first. No, I haven't heard it. Yeah, I heard of that.
Girl, I hope if you're watching this, I'm pronouncing it.
Yes, I'm heard of her name.
But
someone told me that she's dope to check her out.
She definitely is dope. Definitely check her out. Mahalia.
Okay. Who else?
Flo.
Okay.
They're a group.
Okay.
They're a girl group. Really, really.
Fire. Okay, put us on now.
UK R&B. I'm missing somebody that's also in my rotation, but she's not coming to mind. But this is also not about me. It's about you. So who else are you listening to, Armon?
I listen to, of course, I love Beyonce work. I love her production. I listen to a lot of her, just, yeah, of course. I'm really tapped into like, that's tough to.
You are making this way more difficult.
He really is.
Like I listen to Burna Boy.
Okay.
I like Tim's. I listen
Afrobeat.
to, when I get into my bag, I listen to Dirk. I listen to Lil Baby.
Okay.
I listen to a variety.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so how would you say, like, have you heard the conversations about, like, R&B being dead? Like, Diddy, he made a comment about R&B being dead. It's not like how it used to be in the 90s. Right. What do you think about that? Like, what are your thoughts on that idea?
Does people get offended when that be said or something?
I feel like some people do. I like... Oh, sorry.
I think people who recognize themselves as R&B artists and, they believe to be putting out the R&B that we used to listen to, they would feel offended if somebody were to say it's dead and not happening.
Okay. I feel like
I think it's at a halt.
I feel like by him saying or the R&B is dead, it's just that. And I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about this.
As you should.
The reason why, first and foremost, I'm gonna give my opinion about R&B is not dead. It is still great R&B artists. It is still great people that make great R&B music. It is still great, it's still great musicians out there that does R&B that's still putting out quality work. It's just about it being heard. See what I'm saying? I feel like the reason why hip hop is thriving is because the gatekeepers or some of the gatekeepers, like the Drakes or the, just the big names is always showing love to the up and coming artists and making a way. I just feel like with R&B, it's just so like, they want to be so much in competition. Like they just showing no signs of growth. So I feel like that's
the R&B artists you're saying?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Of course, yeah. I feel like if as an R&B artist, the only how a genre can die is if it's not active.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a valid point. That's what I don't feel like it's dead. I feel like it's kind of like at a halt, or it's just moving really, really slow. And that's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say it's at a halt because that means it's not happening at all. So I'm gonna say it's moving really slow because, as Armon said, you do have some solid musicians that pump out quality R&B music, but it's not being heard to the same capacity that has been heard back in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like Armon drops great R&B. His brother drops great R&B. Queen drops great R&B. Who else you got? You got SZA. She does great R&B work. She in my mind, her kind of teeters the line. She could fall between like a neo soul if she wanted to, but she pumps out great R&B. You have so many people who push out this R&B music, and it's just it's slow to really be a trendset right now. That's the best way I could put it. It's just slow compared to the 90s. R&B was just bop, bop, bop. It was bop after bop after bop. And then R&B and hip hop was always crossing paths and working together, constantly dropping more bops. So like I said, I agree with him. R&B is not dead. And I retract what I said. R&B is not at a halt. It's just moving slow right now. That's what it is.
So you feel like R&B is not active?
No, I feel like it's very much active, but the reason why they're saying it's dead is because it's not as mainstream. But if you look at most R&B artists, they are underground. Absolutely. But it's because it's just no light shedding on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yep. I feel like right now hip hop is in the place it's in because the people of hip hop is making it that. You got Drake. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's always collabing with the up and coming artists.
Okay.
He's, you know what I'm saying? He's doing that. He's a pioneer. Right. So I feel like more pioneers just in the R&B world.
So do you feel like what's missing is that like those cosigns, like the exposure?
It's not really a cosign. It's just what music is.
So what do you think it'll take for that to change?
It's just gonna have to be an R&B artist that, that's like that'll come in, and that's where I feel like I want to come in. Like, I listen to, like I mentioned, Hailey or like Lil Bianca or these people that was, I feel like Lil Bianca, her song, and both of them songs are going, but I was on them before. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, and then I reached out to, Hailey to do something with her because I love the song. It don't matter how many followers she got or what plaques she got. I don't feel like that, matters. I just feel like the sound, the music is what, we hear. So I feel like if we move towards that.
That's so interesting because I feel like I said, I'm an R&B girl. Right. I'm a SZA, Giveon, Frank, her. All like, and I would consider them to be like mainstream R&B artists.
Definitely.
So I think it's interesting what you're saying, but I'm also looking forward to seeing how the narrative can shift so that
of course,
up and coming R&B artists can also get their shine time too, the same way that.
So this what I would love. Like, okay, so say if we had like a. I'm thinking. Say if we had like it's different audience, but it's all R&B. Like say if, maybe Giveon and another big you know, artists went on tour or like they, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the R&B artists supporting that. You know what I'm saying? Supporting acts and coming out.
Okay,
So,
I
like,
see what you're
You
saying.
see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Them
Okay.
type of activities keep it alive. You see
Okay,
what I'm
I see what
saying?
you're saying.
Rather than I'm going on tour with a rapper. You see what I'm saying? It's like,
That makes
how
sense.
can we keep it alive?
Yeah, that
if,
make a lot of sense.
You know, we're trying to attack a hip hop audience. We're not even bringing in that R&B
R&B
artist like
artist.
yourself. You see what I'm saying? To come in and
Yeah, because I'm thinking about the R&B artists that I know that have gone on tour recently. Like, I know 2C, Rod Wave, Mariah the Scientist went on tour. I'm not sure who opened up for them. And I'm not sure if it was an R&B artist, if there was somebody that opened up. But I guess, like, people like those who are going on tour and collaborating with each other, putting somebody else on to promote themselves and their music and get themselves out there. Okay, cool. So now, what made you want to go solo as an artist?
Nothing made me. It was kind of just like life happened, you know. Different experience, and me and my brother life kind of just made that adjustment, you know. If you listen to my brother music, he's speaking the message that was happening in his life, and if you listen to my music, you know, I kind of got into my life. So me just being 25, him being 24 now, we kind of just made that adjustment. Life kind of came in, and we just had different things we want to talk about.
Okay, so as somebody who is a part of a collective, what do those kind of conversations sound like when you decide that you want to go? I'm not going to say two separate ways, but you decide that you both want to do your own thing.
Right.
Is it something that you see happening in real time, or is it something that you like come together like, all right, we need to talk? You know, X, Y, and Z?
Well, the good thing about that was, you know, it was kind of like my brother was going through something, and I just feel like, you know, he had to get it out. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, even when we was creating music inside the studio, I'm like, yo, say that. You know what I'm saying? And then it had to go into the second verse. Because he had to get it out. That's what I mean. You know, life kind of made that adjustment. It wasn't like, you know, I want to do this or you want to do that. Nah, it was real life. You know, things going on, and we're in the studio. He's recording. He's like, bro, I had wrote this last night. I woke up, I wrote. I'm like, go lay it down. You know what I'm saying? All right, bro, well, I got this for the that's all right, bet. That's a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your story, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like me coming in on the, you know, you grown. We grown now. So me just coming in on the second verse talking about something totally different. You know, I want music means something to us. So I feel like just in these moments, that's where it's at.
And I think what you just said is so important, because going back to what we were talking about before with the R&B is dead conversation, when Diddy said it, he said that, like, what artists were lacking was that vulnerability, that experience, like that feeling that we would get from listening to that old music. And I think what you just said with, like, he has stuff that he's going through in life that he want to put on the track. That's real shit.
Yeah, that's real.
That's real. So
that's
it's
real,
like, that's how you know that you're using music as an outlet and you're actually passionate about what it.
A lot of people don't understand that any type of entertainment you do, okay? Any type of artistry that you do, whether it's painting, acting, music, writing, producing, editing, YouTube, comedy, all of that artistry is for you to express yourself. And if you can't be vulnerable in your craft that makes you that makes you happy, that can tell whatever it is you're going through, you're not truly being your authentic self. And that may play another part in why, like she said, like Diddy said, you know, R&B is dead. Although, you know, I beg to differ. But any type of artistry that you do, you have to be able to bear it all. Even with me doing these reactions or whatever the case may be, I'm giving my own valid opinion, because it's valid to me, because this is what I feel, this is what I think. Everybody gives their own opinion, but for me to get on this platform and just bear all of how I feel about whatever the hell is going on, that is a form of art, because not everybody is willing to speak how they feel and get on camera and do it at that. Anybody can hide behind a keyboard and say what they gotta say, but to get on camera and actually do it and say what you feel about whatever it is that you're watching, or, you know, have a healthy conversation going back and forth with two people have two completely different spectrums of agreement. Once again, that's a form of art, because you're expressing, you're laying it all out. So I definitely agree with that. The new R&B, some of them are comfortable with laying it all out. Others, it's like you got to pull it out of them. They have to go through. Like, prime example, Summer Walker, in my opinion, is someone who has to go through some shit to really hear, like, damn, girl, that was dope. Like, the last album she dropped, she bared it all. Keisha Cole is another one. It's like, gotta go through some shit for you to relate to them. Gotta go through some shit for that shit to pop. Gotta really and put it all out there. And then you have some artists who are like Beyonce, okay, who she can go through some shit and lay it all out there, but then she can also be in the best part of her life and still lay it out there, and you can connect with it. Some artists, I feel as though, only make quality music when they're at their lowest point. And then you have some artists who are gifted to, even when they're at their lowest point or at their highest point, can still give you quality music that you can relate to because they're bearing it all. So whether they're going through something in their lowest point or whether they're at their highest point in their career, they can bear it all. But what makes hip hop different, hip hop is constantly telling an ongoing story about themselves, their friends, their family. It's all some type of relation to it. But with R&B, it has to hit the soul. It has to come from the soul. Hip hop, I'm telling you my story. I'm telling you how I got here. I'm telling you what I went through. I'm showing you the trenches. I'm telling you what my homie went through. I'm telling you what I've seen growing up in my life. I'm telling you the stories that my grandfather, like, it's storytelling. So I feel like that's what makes hip hop and R&B a little different. You know what I mean?
What you're doing. All right, so on your Instagram, it looks like you got rid of everything and then like started over. Is this a rebrand that we're getting? Like, what was the reasoning behind clearing out your Instagram?
Yeah, of course. Like I told you, I'm just, my whole word is just aggressive. Like, I just had to clear it out. I started new, started clean. My music is first and foremost. It was never, the vlogs and none of that. So just being more aggressive with my career, and that's kind of where that came from. Yeah.
Okay, so that is like just
my way of like taking control. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I know that you are independent.
Right.
Is that how you choose to stay for a little while? Are you shopping around?
Yeah, we just left a couple meetings today. Yeah.
Okay, so something might be cooking.
Yeah, they can talk the right things, of course.
And what do the right things include? Like, what is it that you're like? You don't gotta say specifically.
Oh, okay.
You don't gotta give us the source. But like, what kind of things going into these label meetings do you look for when you're making a decision?
Just me, just being who I am, just the right terms. Music is like my baby. You know what I'm saying? So, the business has got to be right. I look at, the duration of the contract, of course, what's in it, and then just me, I want to say what I want to say, but I'm trying to dress it up. It's like just me being able to stay in control. You know what I'm saying? I am. Like, I like being in control of what I do.
Control creatively, like
everything.
Okay.
Because I just feel like I done been through a lot with the whole situations, and if I can get a situation that can come in and just meet my standards, and also vice versa, then I'll do that.
Okay, and I know that you were previously signed to Warner, I believe, and then you had a management deal before as well. Are there any things that you take from those experiences that you're bringing into, like, signing with another label? Like, are there things that you learned that...
Yeah, like the last, like what I was saying.
Okay, what you were saying. All right, I don't want you to repeat yourself, but I didn't know if that was always something that you had been looking to, or if that was something that you picked up based on your experience. Right.
No, like, it just is what I picked up based on my experience.
Okay.
Like, from that,
That's valid. Okay, so now... one of the big songs that has been, I know you're doing your independent thing, but of course we have to address Sex Story because that was like taking over TikTok.
It
That was doing
did.
its thing. Did it get taken down from TikTok?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Why did it get taken down online?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, I don't know what TikTok was on. I don't know. I felt like when it reached maybe 100,000 videos, they like took it down.
You think it was like the content of the song? You think they was just being like, what you?
Was it too raunchy?
Nah, man. Maybe, but you know, you got all type of songs that was out around that time.
Facts.
You know, saying a couple things, but I feel like, of course, the lyrics. But as you can see, everyone loved the song. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just the feeling. It was the dance. Like, come on, man.
The dance was it.
Listen, one thing I was so shocked that you didn't put in the dance was this because Armon loved it. You gonna do this?
He did. That's his little move, boy. Armon hit that. That is his move, okay?
And a couple, like, I feel like that gotta be one of your favorite moves.
Yo.
You gonna do that in choreo.
Come on.
I'm sorry to blow up your spot.
Now
but
I'm talking about something I'm gonna do my little money.
yeah, cause
But what you're not gonna say is Jazz do the
video.
same thing though. Jazz has always
Yeah,
do
Jazz
Jazz
be
do that.
head ass.
And I'm not saying there's anything. Hey, I like that move. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I was just surprised that it wasn't in the dance. That's all.
Nah, I ain't put my move in there though. But you know, I would have probably about last year. You feel me?
So, what are your thoughts on TikTok though overall? Like, you're received very well on TikTok, of course. You've been on our social media feeds for forever. How do you feel about just like where the platform has gone and the way that you're received on there?
It's crazy because I didn't really dive into TikTok.
What you mean?
I haven't really like.
Yeah.
I love TikTok, but I'm telling you, like, and that's why I love, you know, all the supporters because in the support system. Because, like, I literally get on there and I'll be like, yo, I've got to put this on. Okay, I'll put this on. Like, and I used to work Vine and stuff so crazy, but I'll literally get on there like, damn, how you put this on? How you do? Okay, let me put that on there. Like, I don't really know how to work
You're
it.
struggling.
Well, what I will say is what you're not doing, your supporters are doing for you. Because the song's
Facts.
gonna make it on there regardless. Because whether you play them on there or not.
Right.
So that's dope. And you said that you don't use TikTok like that. When I think about you and TikTok, I think about one video where you popped out. It was giving Chip Skylark. You was in the car.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the first look we saw of like this new Armon.
Yeah.
So do you plan on like doing more like videos for people to get to know you on TikTok? Are you sticking to YouTube? Like, what do you think?
Just like right now, you know, of course I do this, but I'm not, you know, I'm not really looking at, you know, doing like,
He trying to pull away from the social
I'm
media.
about to, let me fix it up. I'm about to be for real, you know, but no, I'm not really, you know, of course I love the content and, you know, making content, but I'm gonna just use my TikTok. I don't know if you look at my TikTok, it's a bunch of my challenges, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is a couple of I like TikTok. Let me stop playing with TikTok like that. I love TikTok.
I'm just asking, are you going to be putting more out there? Like, can we
I like my
expect
little
more
content.
Armon on TikTok? Okay.
But
So,
what you mean by more Armon on TikTok? That's what I want.
maybe like videos getting to know, because I know that you do the YouTube stuff, but everybody's also not on YouTube. So
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't really know that world of TikTok. Like, they blog on there?
some people do.
Yeah, see, I don't even know
But
that.
you don't have to. You could go on there, use a sound. You could go on there like a day in the life.
So
You
just
could
utilize TikTok more, excuse me.
I think so, because you have a lot of people that like to see you.
Mm.
So
I felt
think
that way one time. I was like, let me get on TikTok a little bit more. Like,
yeah. And I feel like a lot of people use TikTok as like a story, like the Instagram story.
Facts.
You just post stuff.
You a TikToker, huh?
She is.
Instagram,
She is.
You post like the.
I
That's
do
a
my
lot
little
of
ones and
posting.
twos. No, it's a lot of posting. I personally am not. Maybe
Okay.
one day. But in my delusion, I'm saying I think
Okay.
that's what works. That's what the people are saying.
Okay, cool.
That's what works. You use it as an Instagram story. You don't think about it too much. You just be you.
Facts.
Not gonna lie, sometimes the videos that you just being you are the ones that pop.
Hey, TikTok is really okay because you finna make a customer out of it. I'm finna be right on there. You really giving? You selling it?
Right. She's selling it.
I mean, Armon, like, come on, you came from Vine. Vine was literally the blueprint. So for you not to be on TikTok is really insane.
Right.
Like, if I'm being candid.
But just can I be honest with you?
Of
please,
course.
just for like maybe 2 minutes.
Of course.
It's just I love like, you know, but I'm really not like a social media type of guy.
He does it because it comes he does it because it comes with the territory that he is in. To make sure he connects with all his people, he has to make sure he is on all of the major social media platforms to make sure he's reaching all his demographics that he can possibly reach. I understand that. I understand that myself. I'm not a big social media person, but I love doing reactions. I love doing the YouTube stuff. Although, you know, I don't get that much love right now, but it's okay. He enjoys doing his music craft. In order for him to make sure he's reaching everybody, he got to step outside that comfort zone and do social media. So I can understand that. I can definitely understand that, Armon.
I'm really not like, I don't be on social media.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if I go on TikTok, like when I do TikToks, I pick up my phone. I be like, oh, I like this. Let me do it. And I get off. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I go on Instagram.
Scrolling.
I post my picture. I get off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I get on YouTube. I post my video. I get off.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't really be on it like that.
Because I can even see, like, you and Reginae doing, like, you know, they have, like, the put a finger down and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or, like, who's the most likely to, and then you,
Yeah,
like
like, we
pointing.
should
Like,
do
I can
that.
see y'all doing stuff like that. All right. And TikTok, send that check.
Facts. She just sold the shit out of that.
Anyway, speaking of you and Reginae, let's really get into it.
Right.
What I want to start this part off by saying is I think that you two have taught me something about a bias that I have towards relationships in my generation.
Okay.
I will say that I was very skeptical about y'all, if I'm being honest, because I felt like, you know, you guys were posting a lot of videos together, posting a lot of pictures, and I was like, damn, like, this is moving very fast. But then I thought about it to myself, like, we've normalized the sneaky links, the buying gifts, expecting gifts, going on trips, basically spending the night at each other's houses after. So it's like,
and we ain't even do that.
And so for me to be skeptical about someone showing their love publicly, just because it's publicly, when we be doing the stuff in private and stuff like that, it's like, why is there like a stigma behind genuine love in today's society? So I will say that you guys have made me realize that I have a bias, I guess. Maybe based on the lack of experience. Maybe that's where it comes from.
That might be it.
So I do want to say that I love you guys. Love the way that you genuinely show love for her. Your baby girl, baby girl, baby girl.
Yeah. It's my baby
My man.
Walk me through the timeline, because was the blind date really the first time that y'all met?
Yeah. That was the first time like, I met her at a BMF premiere, maybe a year and a half prior, but the blind date was the first time we actually, like, met and was face-to-face like that, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was given, like, the connection was given, the eye contact was given, it was real, like...
Well, let me tell you, so, the reason why it was kind of like, it was the first time, but, you know, we were, like, friends and we were cool, like, you know...
Okay.
Like, maybe, like, that's when we kind of, like, you know, like, yeah, like, when, so let me say this. So it was a blind date, but people don't even know, like, the blind date is really, like, when I actually looked at her face to face. That was my first time coming over there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't at her house prior. I didn't even see her.
Oh, that's because I didn't even know it was at her house.
Yeah, like, well, that's a certain part. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not her house, but she have a, like, you know, I want to, you know, disclose my girlfriend locations, but, you know, that's where she does, you know, her content. Exactly, that's her content house. So, yeah, before that, like, that was my first time actually seeing her. Like,
okay.
See what I'm saying? Prior to the
the BMF?
Movie premiere that I went to with my management.
Okay, so was Jazz throwing Jazz was helping you shoot your shot?
Like, what
Was
you
there
mean?
already some interest there? Because you said that y'all were friends.
Mm-hmm.
So was it like, you know, you talking to Jazz like, oh yeah, I think she's cute, she fire, the bodying, you know, like.
It's given.
Definitely.
Okay.
I was like,
shout out to Jazz for that. She did her thing.
Yeah, I was, you know, I didn't, like, before, we were just real cool. Like, you know, like I said, after that, you know, she had, like how you were saying, like, just a lot of things we did was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things we did was different. And you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole, like I told you, we wasn't even sleeping at each other's houses. Like, that wasn't even a thing in our mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? To start out with. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Okay, so.
And I'm thinking back, I'm like, yeah, like, what was this? What, June?
That was, what, the blind date?
Yeah, it was like.
That, I think, well, at least when the video was posted,
July.
it was like 5-6 months ago.
Yeah, July.
Okay.
6 months ago, it was like July.
So when you did that too, you had said that you were like 2 months out of a relationship or something like that at the time.
I was
3.
March, April, May, June. I was 3 months, like 3.5 months. Yeah.
So what was it?
But let me pause you. Hold on. I was 3 months out of a relationship, but I revisited the relationship I was in for 2 months that I was prior out of for a year.
Once you mean,
boy, you lost me. You got to break that map down one more again, Hoppo, because that went all the way over my head. I had a slow moment. Run that by me one more time. Run that back.
See what I'm saying?
Okay, I see.
Exactly.
So y'all had y'all was off, tried to make it work again, and it didn't work.
Okay. Thank you, girl.
So it wasn't like long term. Then you hopped right into another one.
I was out of a relationship for a month, and then
for
January, February, I tried to work it out, and then March, we cut it loose. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. I think so.
Right.
For a month, then got back to it. I thought you said a year at first.
No. I said I was with her, back with her. You see what I'm saying? So I was single for a year.
Okay.
2021.
That's where you threw me.
The whole 2021, I was single.
Okay.
The beginning of 2022, January, February.
Okay.
Tried to make it work.
Exactly.
Right.
It didn't.
I broke up in March.
Tried to make it work again.
No.
It didn't.
No. It wasn't. It was done.
It was done.
All right. The math
broke up in March.
May, June, I was single.
Okay.
Oh, see, I got it. Okay, so he was single 2021, all 2020 he was single. The beginning of 2022, he got back with her, tried to make it work. January, February, didn't work. March, cut it loose. This ain't working. And then April, May, June, July. The hell is this on my cup? I don't know. July, boom, that's when Reginae pops in. So he was single for about 3 or 4 months prior to actually the blind date. I got it. Appreciate it.
All right. I think it's just it's the heat that's the answer. Maybe that's why it's not the math, not mathing.
It's not mathing.
But I'm sure that
it's mathing now.
And that's
yeah,
I
got
it. It's not mathing.
No.
You got it, right?
No, your math is mathing. I'm saying me. It's me. It's me, not you.
Yeah, let me make it right for you. I want to know what's not mathing.
Nah, you said a year y'all were off.
Right.
Then beginning the whole 2020. 2021.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Then the beginning of 2022, y'all got back together.
January.
Right. Oh, for the
February.
For 2 months.
Yes.
Then y'all took a month off.
No,
they're in it. They done.
Why she getting it confused.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was done in March.
Hold on. You want to know something, Armon? Because at one point, I think you said a month instead of a year, and I think that's what caught me up.
Oh, okay. No, I think you would say. I think I heard
you say a month.
Like,
yeah.
No, we wasn't broken up. I think that's where you kind of confused.
We got
I think she confused all of us. Then
I'm sorry.
Not a month. I was single
we got
for a
lost
year.
in translation. All right, you were single for a year. My bad.
For a year, and then I got back, tried to make it right with my baby mother for January, February, and we broke up in March.
Right,
I was
and then
single.
you had to break, and then met Reginae.
Yes.
Cool. All right, thank you for setting the record straight.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so what was it about Reginae that made you like fall? It seems like you fell really fast.
Yeah.
What was it about this relationship that made it different from anything that you've experienced before?
Like I said, it wasn't really falling fast because we were friends. You see what I'm saying? Like, before we even jumped into a relationship, like the blind date wasn't me saying, hey, be my girlfriend. Like, we were actually friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? After, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't, oh, come spend the night or let's do this. It wasn't that. We took our time.
Yeah.
We was slow-mo, you know, so.
Armon, when I say falling fast, I don't mean like rushing into a relationship, but I think it was very clear from very early on.
Oh, that I liked her.
Yes.
Of course.
Very clear that there was something there. I feel like everybody could tell that, like,
that chemistry was chemistry
between y'all.
Baby, that mix of Reginae and Armon, it was mixing real good up in that goddamn pot, baby. Okay.
It was real strong.
It was there.
Real strong. And that's really what I'm asking about. Okay. Like, what was it about, whether it was the connection, whether it was about her in general, that like made that bond?
Yeah, okay, I see. Okay, so basically, just the way she talked, the way she handled herself, you know, different questions that I asked her and different conversations that we had. I just felt like she was, I was kind of like you, like in a sense, like I was kind of like, you know, no female really where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, mentally or where I'm at. So I kind of like want to take a step back and just focus on my career. But talking to her, that was like a breath of fresh air. And then to actually be almost 6-7 months in of, you know what I'm saying, a relationship with her, I just feel like that's her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, jackpot. You know what I'm saying? Because she really, you know, is what she told me she was. You know what I'm saying? She real, she authentic. You know what I'm saying? She support me. She's a woman. She's a businesswoman. She's an actress. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's everything that she put out there. Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing about dating in today's society. Like, people get catfished all the time, like for their physical features or whatever. But you can also be catfished by who a person actually says they are, because believe it or not, somebody can put on a front for you. Maybe between 3 to 6 months, they can put on that front for you. Okay. At some point, the front that they're putting on for you, the facade that they're giving you, is going to diminish. It's going to go away. You know, it's going to leave, and you're going to start seeing their true colors. And that is when you really start to decide if that's the person that you actually can see yourself being with. Because at that point, at least 6 months in, you're going to be able to tell if you can see yourself being with this person long term. By 6 months, you gonna know if they got a hustle. You gonna know if they got drive in them. You gonna know what their future plans are. You're going to know a lot more than what you knew at 3 months. You're gonna realize behaviors that, okay, I'm good. I can't do that one. I'm gonna have to go ahead and pass go, and I don't want to collect 200. Like, so I love the fact of being that Reginae is exactly who she says she is. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they don't show that side of them, but she gives you authentically, this is who I am. This is what it's going to be. And if you don't like it, the door. You know what I mean? So I love it.
I love, and I love the way that you talk about her.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Hell yeah.
That is your baby girl. Like, you, like, even in the video where Jazz tried to prank you and say, like, she didn't think that Reginae was the one for you.
Yeah.
You, like just respected her when she wasn't even in the car. You vouched for her. Like, you really was making sure that Jazz put the respect on her name. And it was like, you had to respect it and get lost.
Yeah, and to go back to you asking me, was the pranks real? That
was a conversation we had off camera.
Yeah, that was a conversation we had off camera, but definitely that was one that, you know what I'm saying? Because Jazz got different gadgets and shit that she used on YouTube. Like I told you, I got my one camera, like, and I be just...
He's simple.
You know, I vlog, but Jazz got I don't know what she had in there. I think it was a GoPro. Okay. But I wasn't paying no attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, by the time she told me, and look, I'm like, yo, like, that's wild. But, you know, just when she did play that, you know, it kind of caught me off guard. But it's like, you know, like I told her, and I can say what I said is like, I know what I want.
Right.
And she checked every checklist that I want. So
I
Yeah.
love that for y'all.
Love it, baby.
So you gave her a promise ring.
Mm-hmm.
What is the significance of a promise ring to you?
The promise ring, the significance of it was just, you know, me being a man. I feel like just me learning my woman and me just, you know, listening to her. I just feel like, you know, women just need that reassurance, you know. And like I said, I just wanted to let her know that that's just like my loyalty. You know, like, you know, I only see her, I only want her. And, you know, just my gesture, that's just what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just who I am.
I think the promise rings are making a comeback because
They are.
I don't know if you know, there's an artist out here, Nas, EBK, he gave his now ex, Jada, a promise ring, and that was like a really big thing. And that was the first time that I had seen someone respectfully in our age group give somebody a promise ring, because they haven't really been normalized at this point. So now seeing you do it as well, it's like, okay, promise rings making a comeback. Love the men committing to their women. So shout out to you for that also. So what are your thoughts on like people who make speculations about you and the way that you handle your relationship? You want me to give you an example?
Yeah, give me an example.
For example, like in academics, you know, I know you've talked about this situation, but coming out of that, you know, I think that there are a lot of feelings that people may feel because, like I said before, this kind of love isn't really normalized in our generation, at least not publicly. So what are your thoughts on people who make comments about you and the way that you handle your relationship so lovingly and like you're very vulnerable and open?
People are all.
You know what I don't really trip about? It's because, honestly, man, like, you know, the people that be talking, you know, it's the comments, but honestly, man, the people that they look up to, them the same guys that be like, yo, that's fire. Or, hey, bro, like, hey, what flower should I send my girl, bro? Like, or, hey, yo, gang, like, how could I, you know, you see what I'm saying? So when I look at it, it's like, yo, y'all trying to be, it's like, it's just, I could never even get mad about that. And then, you know, I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what make me me. You know, I ain't really got too much, like, you know.
Okay.
You know, the females, like, I don't give a fuck about niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a ladies' man. Like, I make music for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not worried about a bunch of.
I don't blame him. Like when all that crap happened with him in academics, whatever the case may be, it's like, yo, you a joke, my guy. This man out here treating a woman how she should be treated, how every woman wants to be treated in any capacity in their life. And you got jokes, cause you want to call the nigga soft. He's not soft. He's like you say, he's a ladies' man. He gonna give his lady, his baby girl, the utmost respect. And you know, I don't blame him for that. You know what I mean? Cause I damn sure treat mine like the queen she is. That's just facts. I don't play by mine. I'm gonna give her whatever the hell it is that she wants because she deserves it. You know what I mean? And he feel the same way about Reginae. She's proven herself time and time again that she hold it down for that nigga. She support him 110%. So for some scruffy nigga who throwing back Hennessy bottles all night, find something better to do with your time, my boy.
Okay. And now, I want you to receive this question in the way that I'm asking it. To what you're saying about being a ladies' man and you're making music for the ladies and all that, how does it make you feel as somebody who's also in a relationship to see somebody like academics who's like imitating you with like a flamboyant voice and like trying to like lead to speculation of things about your sexuality that, you know, what do you think about that?
He don't know me, you know, and
he want to be
behind that. I just feel like, you know, when he see me, you know, then he'll get a chance to know me. You know, it just ain't nothing flamboyant or ain't nothing that I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Man, that dude is goofy. Like,
He
I don't
is.
know what the fuck he even. I don't know. Like, I don't care about.
Okay. Well, academics
That's
aside.
crazy. Yeah, that's.
Academics aside, what do you think about the way that society expects for men to conduct themselves?
Right. And I don't know, man. I feel like, like, it was like you saying, it was like the way, like, it is I talk to my girl, he apologizes. Like, he's like, what, bro?
Mm-hmm.
So you think because I talk to my girl, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully,
It's
like,
a problem.
I should be taken as, lightly. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, just to make this clear once again, like, I'm going to tell the young cats of the day, the young dudes, like, ain't nothing weak about loving your woman.
Right.
Nothing weak about it. You know what I'm saying? You stand on your business, you stand on your principle. But at the end of the day, a real man is going to love his woman. That's just period. You're not going to, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? They normalizing this shit, but it's not normal. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you keep it P, you be respectful, you respect your woman, period. You respect the bed, period. If that's not what you want, you get out the situation. But trying to shed a light that someone is, you know what I'm saying, gay or someone is flamboyant because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That sound like he just a little nigga to me. Like, I don't even, like, that's
I
just little shit. I don't even want to talk about that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Go find
that's
something to do.
old. I don't want to shed no more light on that. 7 months old. I don't got time.
And thank you for clearing it up. And yes, it is 7 months old, but this is my first time
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
you.
for sure,
So
for
of
sure.
course I gotta ask you
Yeah,
about
not
it.
towards you. I get it.
But-
That's something that, that I feel like people is going to talk about. And that's something I'm going to have to say. But, I just don't feel like, I said, like, once again, the young cats of the day, but even the older cats that's even, that ain't what it is.
Respect your relationship,
to your
man.
woman, respect your woman, and stand on business.
Period. I wish you.
And on the side, if you can't respect your woman, you can't respect yourself. That's just what it is. If you can't keep it a buck with your woman, if you can't respect your woman, if you can't respect your bed, you're not respecting yourself. Because respecting yourself is doing exactly what he said. If you're not feeling this, if you're not in it, get the hell out of it. Pretty simple. Just bounce. Hey, bro, this ain't working. This ain't what I want. I'm all out. And if you want to go run the streets and do all this other stuff, then do that. You know what I mean? That's your business. But respecting yourself is respecting the person that you with. I don't care what your sexual preference is. Respecting yourself is respecting the person that you with, because that person is an extension of you. PvP.
You were holding your mic so you could drop it, because that was really nice.
I would have dropped it. I would have dropped it for you, saying, because that's real shit.
So how have your supporters been receiving your relationship? Like, how would you say that they've been reacting to you and Reginae being together?
Man, they've been reacting. They love her. They love what we got. They love,
Armon.
They just love, what I done grew to. I feel like they watched me go through different things in the past. I don't know if you know, but just a couple things, on the internet. And just to see this, happening for me, and me actually, I'm really in love with this girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really I can say that, so I feel like they love it,
Yeah, and you know what? I think that is big, because the supporters don't be playing around.
Yeah.
Like, you brought up Jazz a couple of times, and I'm going to bring up Jazz now, because they will not let go of Tay. They will not let go of Tay. All in the comments. Like, it don't matter how many videos Jazz posts for Crystal. They still asking for it. And I love Jazz and Tay down. But I respect her relationship with Crystal as well. And I feel like a lot of people, as they watch you grow with somebody and they get to know you as a couple with somebody, I guess they want to hold on to that. But I think that it says a lot that you're able to start with somebody new and they're being so receptive to seeing you together. I think that says a lot. Because I don't see no mention of your ex in none of the comments.
Yeah, man.
Baby, they not here for his ex, okay? Like, ain't nobody here for Essie. I'm so sorry. Not sorry, actually. But they're not here for her. There was the Armon that we saw that was with Essie, and this Armon are two completely different human beings. Okay? This man has had a glow since Reginae has walked into his life. This man has had a peace of mind since Reginae has walked into his life. This man has been on the up and up for greatness since Reginae has walked into his life. Reginae is his biggest fucking flex. Okay? Let's just keep it a buck. Reginae is his biggest growth, his biggest flex. Like, why would we backtrack to Essie? Only good thing he got out of being with Essie is his daughter. That was it. That was it. And I know we only see a portion of what's projected, but hey, I'm just keeping a buck with you. The portion that we saw, the only thing good came was his daughter. That's it. They may be copacetic now and getting the co-parenting thing together now. But Essie ain't put no smile on this man's face the way that Reginae do. Essie ain't bring no peace of mind to this man's well-being the way that Reginae do. Essie got a lot of growing and a lot more living to do for herself. Essie got a lot more shit that she got to work on just like the rest of us do. I'm just saying.
But speaking of, how did you approach the relationship, being fresh out, the relationship with Reginae, excuse me, being fresh out of one with the mother of your child? Are there certain like protocols, certain things that you have to do to like make sure everything's good? Like, how did you address that?
Yeah, I just took my time.
That's all you can do.
Just didn't want to make the same mistakes over again. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to move too fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, didn't want to just do too much. So I really took my time.
Okay.
Got to know her, got to know the do's, the don'ts, what she like, what she don't like. You know, what make her mad, what don't.
Okay. I think I wasn't clear, but so I'll give you an example personally. Like me, one of my non-negotiables for a long time has been like, I don't want to date a man with kids. It's kind of changed now that I'm getting older, but more than just because of the kids, it's been because of the uncertainty with the relationship between him and the mother of his child.
Okay.
So going into a relationship, I know that was something that Reginae asked you from the blind date. Like, what is the situation between you and the mother of your child? So that's really what I was asking. Like, are there certain things that you had to make sure were clear, or were there like, are there certain protocols towards like being in a new relationship after being fresh out of one?
Oh,
are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure
I get
I'm
what
not
you're saying. Yeah, of course. They're saying basically like, yeah.
How do you?
Right.
While trying to manage a new relationship as well. Thank you.
Just respect. You know, honestly, you know, I really don't have to make that call unless I'm talking to my daughter. So, you know, just made that clear. She don't have that problem, but that is a talk that we had. And, you know, like I said, it's my daughter over there. So, of course, my girlfriend with me all the time. So she see my kid. And, you know, that's how we do that. And then, you know, just going to go get her, I make it to where I get my daughter. Then she come back. It's just, it's all right.
Okay, cool. All right, that's nice. So now, how has father? Because I won't get too much into it. I'm saying that's good that y'all have.
It's a clear understanding.
And it seems to be going smoothly from what you're saying. So how has fatherhood been treating you overall? You seem to be a very great dad. You're present. You seem to talk very highly of your daughter. How does it feel to be a dad?
I feel great to be a dad. I always had like a feeling, you know, that I was gonna have a little girl. So. This is always something that I feel like that was the type of love I had hidden to pour into my daughter. So I just, man, my daughter's everything. Like, you know, she's coming here next week, so she's gonna be with me.
Aww.
That's my baby.
Love that for you.
Man, that's my baby.
How did you grow up? What was the structure in your household growing up?
What is this? Oh, scream. Another one. Another one. That's all I can say.
No.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's fine. So there was something that you spoke about, and if you're open to talking about it, we can talk about it. You tweeted something about you didn't know that men could go through postpartum depression as well.
I tweeted that?
You tweeted that, yeah.
I did.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
On Twitter. What do you mean?
Where? Right.
I'll pull it up for you.
That's on our Armon and Troy page, right?
Yes, you pulled it. Oh.
That was my brother.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
I'm like, I didn't say that.
I stand corrected because it was also on the T page too.
Yeah, that was my brother, yeah.
Was that something that you had experienced at all, going into fatherhood?
No.
No.
I feel like what I deal with more so just being in my head.
Okay.
You know, about being a father and like, you know, I'm really, 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 really hard on myself. Like, really, you know what I'm saying? So, like, man, like, I'd be so scared to take my daughter to a water park. You know what I'm saying? Only because it's like this all I got. You know what I'm saying? This is my baby right here. So, you know, her and, you know, of course, but I mean, like, that. So
let's talk about the YouTube for a little second. As somebody who's been very relevant in the YouTube game and world for a long time, what would you say makes a good YouTuber?
Just be fun, just always be lit, charismatic, like just show yourself. If you know that you got a personality that people will love and people can gravitate to, I feel like you should display that. You know what I'm saying? Stay consistent. Also learn, you know, just be a sponge. You can look at someone else's channel and you can get inspired, get different ideas, always learn. You know?
Okay, and how do you know when you should take YouTube? How do you know when it's time to take YouTube seriously versus doing it for fun? Like, what is it?
Well, being that YouTube is like you have to work your way into getting somewhere, it's kind of bad to think that way because it's never really a right moment or not.
Okay.
Like, say if someone like me who didn't have a YouTube channel say, okay, I want to do YouTube again. So, okay, you could do it. Like, you should do it. But someone that's starting out, I just feel like, man, go. Like, there's no limit. Just go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just put the pressure on.
Yeah, put the pressure on because you're going to have to keep on building for you to get to where you want to be. You're not going to drop one video and get 1 million views. Right. I mean, 1 million followers. You know,
it don't work like that.
Okay, and now when it comes down to the pranks, what are your thoughts on the pranks? Have you tapped into the New York prankers at all?
No.
Like the Uber and then.
I be seeing one in the car. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, funny. Yeah.
You think they're funny? Like.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, because there have been conversations about like how far is too far when it comes to these pranks. When it comes to like playing the ops music and like calling them out of their name and roughing them up and all of that kind of stuff. And as somebody who has been in this game for a very long time, and y'all have done the unthinkable when it has come to pranks through years, I really want to know like what your thoughts are on that. How far is too far when it comes to a prank?
The older me says, you know, definitely have a limit to it, but the younger me say, man, look. Like
everything's on the table.
Yeah, man, prank each other, man. Like, you know, I mean, the way, you know, I don't know how the way they doing it with the whole ops thing. We wasn't doing all that. Like, he wasn't even. It wasn't that. It was more so. Yeah, it's different. Like, we were more so like, okay, we finna pop out the trunk. Like you even kidnapped me. Like, that's what the police was coming to. I remember, like, our pranks was just different. Like, it was a different atmosphere. Like. You know, it was like, okay, Jazz, I'm finna hop in the trunk with blood on me. I'm gonna pop out at the light, like, help me! I popped out, there was a police behind. I'm like, oh my God. So they done came to the house and just different stuff like that. So to see, but honestly, for that, man, prank them. Like, if it's cool, if it's all right, like, you know, if y'all that got that type of friendship and you know you can catch them off guard with certain things, then do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I know you gotta go, but I really just want to give you a flowers.
Thank you so much.
You're doing amazing things.
Damn right
that you're here. Just let us know real briefly, like, what can we expect for you next? Hopefully, them tracks that you've been teasing.
Of course.
But like anything else, are you getting into acting? Like, are you gonna take on anything?
I want to thank you first and foremost. I know we've been here a little long, but that just shows the research you did, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That shows that you got this, like, I thank you because I hate the ones that be on some other stuff. But yeah, for sure, we can have them. I really do appreciate the interviews where they actually know the person that's sitting across from them and not just like, okay, so that and that. Like, this was very, very fun to me, and I thank you. But
thank you.
The next thing I'm going to be doing is the music. You know, I will be releasing one of them tracks. We got Hour Past Midnight music video, so that's going to be coming out. Got a couple things we're doing. So, yeah.
Okay, well, we're definitely looking forward to it. Thank you again for coming. Shout out your socials so that the people know where to find you.
All right. Y'all can follow me at Armon.Warren everywhere. Armon Warren on game.
that was a good interview. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was not gonna do this at first because it was hour-ass long video. But it was actually well worth it. I definitely enjoyed it. Got to really tap into Armon, see, you know, where he's at in his headspace. And like I said, I enjoyed it. I'm definitely here for it as always. But y'all, that is all I got for y'all today. Until next time, it's your girl Truth. Appreciate y'all. We out. Peace.